If you've been around my channel for an absurd amount of time, then you may know that some of my first lore dives revolved around The Evil Within and The Evil Within 2, two games that were developed by Tango Gameworks and released in the years 2014 and 2017 respectively. The studio is one that I'd personally been interested in since its inception, being established in 2010 by none other than Shinji Mikami himself, the director of my all-time favorite game, Resident Evil 4. As such, when all the news came out that Microsoft was going to be shuttering Tango in 2024, it was a somber time for us all. Microsoft was closing down 4 studios: Roundhouse, Alpha Dog Games, Tango, and Arcane Austin. From what I saw, most of the disappointment around these closures falling to Arcane, who'd been responsible for the Dishonored franchise back in the day, as well as some more recent misses. However, for me, I lamented the loss of the Evil Within series, which I'd still hope would return for a third outing. And while news on the other 3 seems to be stuck where it was in terms of, being closed, we did get some interesting news from Tango to give you some hope if you never saw it announced or covered like I didn't. That news being that shortly after their closure in June of 2024, they were given new life by South Korean publisher Krafton in August, returning about half of the original laid-off staff. If you're unfamiliar with Krafton by name, then you may know them by their biggest title, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or PUBG. From what I understand, Blue Hole Studios was the one who published PUBG, and then Krafton was established in 2018 to be a holdings company for its subsidiaries. Subsidiaries being what Tango is now classified as, which is basically the same thing as it was when it was under ZeniMax Media Inc. As for Krafton, you may also recognize them from the Callisto Protocol, which is what I'm familiar with them from.
You are me. Oh, shit.
Of course, the Callisto Protocol isn't really relevant to Tango, it's just a sister company, but that's my only tether to knowing Krafton, so I'd assume some of you may be in the same boat. Anyway, getting back to Tango, the real key detail to know here is that the studio was reborn, and is presumably back to working on their next title, which seems to be speculated as Hi-Fi Rush 2. Tango had pitched a Hi-Fi Rush sequel to Microsoft after their first game saw such praise, but was turned down. Krafton's acquisition coming after they were able to secure the license for the IP, so it's likely that that's what they're going to work on. Personally though, I've never played Hi-Fi Rush. I'm more interested in The Evil Within, so where does that stand? Well, it would seem that Microsoft didn't part with that series, nor did they part with Ghostwire, so yeah. Since Microsoft owns those IPs, it would appear that just since Tango was given new life, that doesn't mean that we're going to see a continuation of The Evil Within. Krafton could theoretically hash out a deal with Microsoft and get the rights to the series, but as it stands, it's in limbo. Or alternatively, I guess Microsoft could do something with it, but that seems pretty unlikely in my opinion. But if you're wondering what happened to Tango, there you go. They got shut down, lost half their workforce, and only own one of their original IP, which they're likely currently working on. Great if you're a fan of Hi-Fi Rush, but if you're looking for a return to roots, I'm thinking we might be out of luck, buddy. Anyway, thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you all in the next one.